Okay, well, I'm just gonna give you a quick rundown of the training that you sent me. Um, Let me just scroll back for a second, make sure I haven't missed anything. All right, overhead squats. This is with the 10-second pause. The main reason that we use that long pause is it's really helpful for mobility. I believe it's a 10-second pause. Let me double check. The position looks good. We're still seeing lots of progress in that mobility. I know it does take time. 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, 8,000. A little short still. So you can a little bit fast. It's quite normal to count fast because obviously it's hard and subconsciously you want to get out of that position as quickly as possible. But you got to count a little bit slower on anything with like an eccentric or some kind of tempo. Okay, now we've got a mid-hang snatch. The first thing that stands out to me here is that mid-hang is from mid-thigh, which is the middle of your thigh, which is halfway between, if I can get the right angle, your hip and your knee. And as you can see there, you are much, much closer to your knee than you are to your hip, right? So like hip, knee, bar. Yeah, you can see that this dot is much closer to your knee. Let's have a look at the movement. It's getting there. It's getting there. Yeah, not bad. Still working on keeping the bar closer. The bar needs to make contact at the hip, right? Should be contacting you like right. So like when I say keep the bar close, when you get to that same position that you do your hip snatches from, the bar should make contact with the hip. You're not trying to like hit the bar away or anything. You're just trying to keep the bar so close that it physically touches you on the hip, on that angle between the hip and the knee. Okay. Some segment snatches. With the knee. I know you were right before. This is the position here. Even then, to be honest, you could do with getting those knees back a little bit more. But then before you go, you sit back behind even more. Yeah, you see now your shoulders are behind the bar. So if I draw a line from the bar to your shoulder, you can see that you're like slightly behind. So what we need to do is just bring those knees back a little bit, hips up. That'll put your shoulders further forward, and then you will be over the bar where you want to be. Did we get? You got contact with the hip. There we go. Making some progress on those. Not the best depth, but we're still working on that. We want to try and get like this is like a power snatch, right? But like 2 videos ago, we were looking at you in the bottom of a deep overhead squat, right? Like your hip. Balls. Your hip was below your knee in the other video. You were down here, so you can go like twice as deep as that, twice as low. Remember we talked about how like in the beginning stage, the most important thing to learn is getting under the bar. So we got to start working on squatting low. But those are really good. I was quite pleased with those. Segment snatch. And as we talked about the other day on that call, I'm not worried about like the degree to which you're extending with 20 kilos at this stage, because you're not going to have a problem with that. Your issue is going to be getting under the bar. That again, like nice and close, which is good. Got to squat lower. hip clean. We talked a lot about your hip snatches. The main thing I know is when I had a look at this hip clean video, it's just that I'd like you to be a little bit more upright. Like, we're trying to learn just leg drive, right? So you literally want to just sit your hips down completely vertical. Obviously right now you're like that, and the advantage of going vertical is that you're learning to push down into the floor with your legs and create vertical force on the bar. So we're trying to learn a leg drive. It's kind of like the skill we're targeting. Okay, cool. We talked about the hip snatch extensively, so I won't go over that again. But yeah, hopefully that gives you a few things to go on. Keep those videos coming. And I look forward to seeing your videos from this week with those changes made.